Good afternoon. Today, let me make sure I got them clicked on the right one. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Now let's have to make sure we're on the right one. Today, I will be reviewing a stream that Jazz did, and her trying to quote unquote drag the metal spear red pill. Pretty much just her typical trying to talk shit on men as usual. Um, with that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. And I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Let's go. And yes, this is 2.0 that I got sped up to.
I was muted. What's going on? Come inside. Come inside. Come on in, baby. I missed you. What's going on, y'all? You don't hear? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another stream. I'm sorry I missed y'all yesterday. Let me turn this music down. I'm working on a new theme song, y'all, so bear with me. I know it's a Tuesday. I know it's Cinco de Mayo. Y'all can be outside running these streets, getting your drinks, getting your tacos. So if you found your way here with me tonight, I appreciate you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's going on, the genius? What's going on, Mr. Center of the World? Thank you for being here. What's up, Misty? What's up, Michael Lee? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome in. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like button, the share button. Don't invite everybody. Tell them come pull up, y'all, because man is still trying to kill me. They try to get me. They try to get me and my mayor. And we gotta talk about it. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you hit that like button, all right? We're gonna get this thing started in just a minute. I promise we won't be here for hours on it. We won't. We're gonna try to make this quick. We're gonna try to make this quick. That's
How did you try and make it quick when your live stream is at 4 hours, 1 minute, and 24 seconds? How the hell was your live stream quick?
good. I'm gonna let a little bit more people come on in here. Make sure y'all hitting the like button, please. I'll be right back. Y'all see me okay? Something was going on with my camera. But y'all, I hope y'all had a good weekend. I hope your week's been good so far. Listen, I don't know if y'all was here with me on Friday, this past Friday. Oh, yeah, that was Friday, I believe. But I had joined Fatty's and Ilkan Ali's super panel. I believe that was the panel I was on, wasn't it? Yeah. Today's Tuesday, yeah. So I was on their channel, I was on their panel, and I had dual stream. I don't know if you all made it or not. But during the stream, things got a little heated, all right? Things got a little heated. If you were there, my man, he made a vocal appearance because he doesn't like being on camera. And, yeah, let's just say.
Let me knock this down to 1.5. There we go.
When he got to talking, the panel got to talking, one thing led to another, y'all. And now they didn't clip my man up for content, all right? They didn't clip him up. They calling him all kind of names.
As they
okay?
should.
And I don't like that. Auntie don't like that. To leave him alone. He stood on business, okay? The man stood on business. And listen, you cannot control how people respond to disrespect. Now, let's be honest. Patty, you my dog, but you know, you are, you was playing them games. You was starting that stuff. Saying a little slick shit. Listen, I was shocked too. I was shocked too because here's the thing. When you know a person to be so calm and so collected all the time, and isn't met with disrespect very often, when you see it happen.
Wait, curious about what I'm scrolling? Here you go.
All the time, and isn't met with disrespect very often. When you see it happen, it is what it is. But we're going to review that panel that we were just on. But we're going to just break it down a little bit. We're going to see what the drops of conversation had that led to this kind of heated exchange, right? And then after that, y'all, we're going to talk about Ask a Brother. Oh, yeah. Y'all remember Ask a Brother? We had him up here a couple months ago when we were talking about the whole situation. And I was just talking to him about some things that he said on his panel in reference to me with another young lady. But you know what? Lately, y'all, he ain't been liking what I had to say either, y'all. And one stream a few weeks ago, he was holding the panel and I was in them comments. He was live streaming with 4 other gentlemen, or 3 other gentlemen. And I was in them comments, right? And I guess the things that I had to say about what they were saying, it shook a table or two, or a demon or two. Because the way I was responded to, it just makes me wonder, where is the logic behind this manosphere rhetoric? Because it comes off very just unstable and a little ridiculous, you know. And I just want to break it down. So we're gonna look at some videos. We got Angry Man in the thumbnail too. Shout out to him. As you know, Angry Man, he don't like me, I don't like him. You know what I mean? But that's all right. That's how we get down on his internet. It's all good. But he had a lot to say about the Ashley Janae situation and the Megan Thee Stallion situation. So I just want to highlight some of the narratives and the rhetoric that the manosphere lives by that for me doesn't promote like positive outcomes in relationships or how men view women in relationships. It all comes off very toxic, very scary. You know what I mean? And I'm just wondering, like, when young men are looking at this and they're listening to this rhetoric and listening to these grown men, you know, speak so low of women, of black women, women just in general, what is that teaching them? And how is that contributing to their growth and evolvement as men for the women y'all say they need? And they need to be in communion with it, who they need to be married to. Is the manosphere building good partners for marriages? Because when I hear it, I want to tell all the women that run across these kind of men, run fast, run far, okay? Because it just seems like the logic is anti-woman. Even though they need the women, everything they say is a detestment or a blame or a shame of the women that they encourage men to be with, or you know what I mean? You see how I'm confused? And I've been really overwhelmed, y'all. And shout out to shout out to everybody in the building. I'm so sorry. Let me look. What's going on? King Pix? Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Yes, I want to give you guys a little pro.
Well,
okay?
she ever get
I'm
to the
innocent.
content.
All right, I'm innocent. The manosphere trying to get me, y'all. They don't like Upbeat Jazz. They don't like it, okay? But it's okay because I don't like them either. It's all right. But we gotta talk about. We just have to talk about the narratives because y'all, it's harmful. I'm sorry. We gotta. I'm not saying don't speak on your experiences. I'm not saying don't try to give men advice, but is the advice healthy? Is it healthy? As much anger and just animosity behind the message in the manosphere as pertains to women, I just often wonder, what are we doing? What are we doing? But we're gonna get into it. Thank y'all so much for being here. Excuse me. Whew. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, thank y'all so much. What's going on, Candy? Thank you for being here, girlfriend. My life, your entertainment, you made it. Hooked up on your girl. Who else is in the building? Highway, I see you. Got my hairstyle tonight. You know, I did a little something. You know, I blew my hair out over the weekend. The weather is weird. It's not super warm here in Chicago yet, so I can do a blowout and live my life without worrying about humidity. You know what I'm saying? Pat, what's up? You in the building that these men soft that don't like you just because you don't agree or bow down to them like the other women be on the panel. You know what I mean? They say they don't want the echo chambers, and I come in, you know, not given the echo chambers, and I become, you know, YouTube enemy number 1, at least in the manosphere. And let's talk about the manosphere. Where y'all get that name from? Manosphere. It's like, and it's so funny to me because this is like a culture of men that really believe in this, because this is all internet shit. You know know what I'm saying? Like, it's all internet, you know, what do you call it? Like, in the cloud ass club of men that, you know, get band together to shit on women. You know what I mean? We gotta call a spade a spade. I know y'all like to say, well, it's for men to understand women's nature, but y'all still not getting it. You're still not getting it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some receipts. You know, the manosphere pushes relationships and marriage. How many men have listened to the advice of these manosphere ass men and have developed healthy relationships with women they actually want? I need to see the receipts. I need to see them. I need to see them because it's nasty out here. From what I can see, it's nasty out here. I'm okay.
First off, Jazz is being very, very disingenuous right here. Let's continue.
With a little pushback. I'm okay with a little criticism. But y'all be going, woo! Y'all be going for the jugular. Women bad all the time. She was unalive. Her fault. She was abused. Her fault. Protect the abusers. Whoa. Whoa, big guy. Whoa. I don't know. I just think we gotta talk about it. And we're gonna talk about it because y'all not gonna be coming at my men. Okay? But we better get it going, y'all. I'm ready. So, what's up, baby? She said they better run. You in danger, girl. You in danger, girl. And then you want to know what's also interesting? When you look at things like Adrian Bronner, right? I know y'all been seeing him in the headlines. And we're going to touch on that a little bit. You know these are manosphere-ass men, right? Because if you listen to what Adrian Bronner says in the videos, it's, I'm the nigga, I'm the man, I got the money. How dare you, 4-time champion. Doesn't it sound familiar to what the manosphere views manhood and how to display it? But when you see it displayed in real time.
Wait, we got a letter from Mom.
Girls, Nick, your daddy, dead.
This seem a little crazy.
Not as crazy as setting your wife on fire in front of your kids.
We ain't killers. We giving him what's coming to him.
Seem like we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, God is. Rated R. Only theaters Friday.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. Now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers include...
It's displayed in real time. It's concerning. It's concerning to me. And we gotta talk about it. Pat, what's up, baby? She says, women don't let these men put the blame on y'all. It's a two-way street, and that shows that men are the bigger problem. Exactly. My life said it's false influence. It's a bunch of guys that never had women in close nature and was likely hurt by them, so they move in chaos. It's super minority of men lames with money. And what I don't like the super minority of men is that they're too loud. They're too loud. They're too loud. They're too loud. They're too wrong, and they're too influential. That's what bothers me. Talk your little shit, but when you start influencing the masses, where these boys, these young boys, are applying this to their real life experiences with women, this harmful ass rhetoric.
How are we wrong, Jazz? You saying that men who try to put men up on game and on manhood are wrong? How are we wrong?
We gotta back it up. Breezy in the building. How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Y'all share the video, please. Thank you for being here, Breezy. I hope you're doing well. My brother, Ada, what's up? Where you been? I was just thinking about you. What's up? Thank you for being here. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Y'all stay in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you're feeling about this. Adrian Bronner is broke. Adrian Bronner has CTE. If he really has CTE, somebody around him needs to stop him from doing all that damn drinking. Because that can't be healthy. But that's CTE. We're gonna get there. It's so many things. It's so many things wrong with what's going on right now. But let me pull up this first video, y'all. Y'all, I'm sorry, my bad. I see moving kind of slow. Wait a minute. Y'all, what a thing at? Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm gonna play this first video, right? And I'm gonna play. And look at Fatty. Look at him. He was the first one to use my man's content. Okay. It's about Jazz Noel boyfriend checks Team Fatty. I can't stand y'all. I can't stand y'all. And right after it was over, I was like, he finna clip this up. They finna get us, babe. My man was like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, he was like, I don't give a fuck. Niggas, we don't do disrespect. And hey, what can I say? I was a good little submissive woman. I said, you right, baby. You right. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Man, where'd it go? Oh, here we go. So we're going to play a clip. Here we go. Of this creator right here, right?
Nostalgic for college.
Billy Test.
And he clicked, excuse me, he clicked, or clipped, excuse me. What's going on, Sharon Brazy? Stick around, Sharon. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on this, okay? Listen, they do, but it's like, nah. And it's just so odd, right? Because ultimately, my man was being honest, right? Trying to have a genuine conversation. Spoke highly of me, right? And imagine the response of men in this sphere who have such a negative disdain for men that care about the women that they're with, for men that speak highly of the women they're with, and that he's only speaking highly of me simply because I'm either sitting right there or he's somehow whipped by me. Why can't this man just really like me, y'all? Why can't I really just be a good person? I know it's easier to believe that what I give on these panels is what I give in real life, but y'all don't understand. The dynamics are different. I come over here with my dukes up. Like, hold on. I'm here pushing back against harmful narratives. I'm getting, piled up on. Of course, I'm gonna give you a different jazz. Yeah. The soft, sweet, girly swirly. That's where my man over there. Cause I'm not in an arena with my man. You know what I mean? These panels are like arenas. Where you gotta be on the defense and you gotta know somebody else move. You gotta be permanent. So it puts you in. It does kind of put you in like a masculine energy. You know what I mean? Because I'm not really here to say things that people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And that's the safest thing you can do, to not get beat up like I be getting beat up. I'll be fighting back though. And tonight we fighting back. Make sure you're hitting the like button, y'all. We're gonna start it up. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Oh, we got some super chizats. Thank you so much, A-Dub. Thank you. Support for your show. Hope all is well. All is well. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Kingpick said he lost his last fight against an up-and-comer. I think he could make more money in streaming. He's in his late 30s, and I don't think he gets back. But see, his behavior on these streams, Kingpicks, his behavior is worrisome. What's going on, Rogue? How you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Magnetar in the building. Thank you so much for being here, Magnetar. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for the $5 super chizat. Right. Girl. Ciao. It went down over the weekend, right? It went down. What's going on, Crown Prince? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much. Share the video. Do all of the things. I'll put the banner up for a little bit. The super chats are on. Let's get into this first video. And I want to say, before we play this video, this MFer.
Superior power and runtime are just a click away. Ryobi, the #1 cordless outdoor power brand. Over 85 products in the 40-volt system to easily tackle your entire yard. Gas performance, cordless convenience, only at the Home Depot.
Envy. As we all know, it is one of the 7 deadly sins. And yet, if you are a Democrat these days, it may be the only virtue
that called himself reviewing me, okay? You don't know nothing. Your mom don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. All right? I want to say that first. Because the way these men speak with such conviction about me, you don't know a gosh darn thing. All right?
We know you're
now I'm going to prove it tonight. So let's get into the first video. Shout out to What's this nigga name? KB the Wizard.
Here's what we know about you, Jazz. We know you're loud. We know you're borderline ghetto. We know you're parasitic. The end.
Looking ass. KB the Wizard face ass. Like, that's why I be like, oh God. These guys, man. They want to be somebody. KZ the Wizard, the bam face ass looking ass boy. Woo, child. Y'all gonna wear me out. All right. Let's get this thing started. But thank you so much for reviewing me, Mr. Wizopper. Mr. Wizop. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning that the attention in this space is all good. At every angle. You know what I'm talking about? If they ain't talking about you, what they talking about? You know what I'm talking about? But let me make this video a little bit bigger. Thank y'all so much for being here. Hit the like. Let's get this MF started.
Her answer was sitting right there in the background. Her boyfriend.
What problems do you help men? What problems do men have that y'all help solve as well too?
It depends on what he brings to me. If I can help him figure it out, I help him figure it
No
out.
specifics. Now we need specifics.
Now, I need y'all to understand also, we're also going to talk about the line of fucking questioning. The line of questioning.
Jazz, if you're not woman enough to answer the question, just say that.
That these men in this manosphere, all right? Let's try to stay on the topic. This is manosphere logic, okay? Just let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know if I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know nothing. But we're just going to get into the line of questioning and the actual responses. And also, shout out to SH. Y'all need to go and also subscribe to SH. She's the young lady, the light-skinned young lady next to me in the frame. She's starting up her channel. Go and like and subscribe to her channel. She be giving the guys some pushback too. So they was piling up on me. They was trying to pile up on her too. So we was the villains of this story during this stream. But make sure y'all go and subscribe to Miss SH. And let me give y'all a round of applause. I'm sorry. Auntie, so sorry. I didn't clap it up for y'all when y'all came in here today. My bad. Yes. Y'all clap. Y'all clap. I should be like cheerleaders. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for being here. But yeah, we're going to get into it because I need to know. Am I tripping? Well, let's go. I don't have a specific for you.
Instead of doing the bare minimum, which is literally what women are on this planet for, drain my balls, fill my belly, and tell me you love me and that you would support me.
Yeah, that is the bare minimum. That right there is the bare minimum.
To be or not to be? Hey, Jess, can you tell your man to answer this, please? At the end of the day, motherfucker, I'm shot.
Wait. I fucking hate these niggas. I'm starting trying not to curse. I can't stand these niggas. Look how they come over here, y'all. Look at this. A guy in the hoodie looking like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all trying to roast. And I don't appreciate it. You know what I mean? Got him looking on my serious cuz no, he don't like weirdo camera. He is not that guy. He is kind of like Batman, but don't try to. This was shady, Patty. You know it was shady.
Why you beating on your chest? I'm never gonna be a motherfucker that hold my tongue to anybody, so let's straight that shit up right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Why you beating on your chest? I did not beat on his chest. I wanna say something. He's clapping.
And we're gonna get into why he responded this way. All right? We're gonna get into why he responded this way.
Go ahead.
So essays want to get up here and act like.
Wait, am I still frozen, y'all? My bad. Am I still frozen? Let me know. Help me out. I got all the things closed like y'all was telling me. Hold on. Let me close out of this. Oh, wait. I do got hella shit up. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Here we go, y'all.
She don't motherfucking rub her husband's shoulders, or massage his back when she see that.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, Mr. Fantastic.
That's a part. That's a part of. Is that not a part of emotional regulation?
No.
Yes, it is.
And for SH to be so disingenuous right here, which he knows that Fantastic is right, makes no sense.
Catering. That's catering to my man because I see him and I love him and I want to cater to him right now. Managing his emotions.
Not just right now. No, remember, stay on my premise. I said he's had a hard day.
Oh, by the way, y'all, if y'all don't know who's talking right now, I'm going to go off camera. If y'all don't know who's speaking right now, this guy right here, this guy with the late-ass polo shirt on that look like he found from Marshall's, Ross, off the rack, ass wearing that.
Hey. Marshall's actually got some good stuff. Don't be sitting there talking shit about Marshalls now.
You know what I'm saying? This guy right here, he calls himself Mr. Fantastic. I would say better known as Mr. Coontastic. Funky faced tastic. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better words. They also call this guy the Prince. The Prince of the Manosphere. They call this nigga the Prince of the Manosphere. I said, so what that mean? So what that mean? You the Prince of the niggas?
Favorite crust says a lot about you. Right now it's saying order me because I'm half off. Also, I can talk.
You know how you're talking about something and next thing you know you see the ad of it online? Creepy, right? That's because you're being tracked like crazy. That's why I switched to using the DuckDuckGo browser. As much time as I spend online, I've gotta feel safe. I had no clue it could do so many things that Chrome can't. I'll give you my 5 reasons why I switched and why you should switch too. But first, did you know DuckDuckGo isn't just a private search engine? It's also a free browser you can download to your phone and computer to search and browse the web. But unlike Chrome and other popular browsers, it has privacy built in, including that search engine that I use instead of Google. Because it doesn't track your search history. Plus, the DuckDuckGo browser has over a dozen other privacy protectors, including blocking those creepy ads by default, all in one download. But it's not just good for privacy, it's actually a really good browser. So I've been using DuckDuckGo for pretty much everything I do online. I've got all my bookmarks, tabs, and passwords set up. Check this out, y'all. It's one of the fastest browsers I've ever used. And you can get it for free on Windows, Mac, iOS, and...
Damn it, you the Prince of the niggas? The Prince of the Manosphere. Yeah, he's the Prince. I have heard this man be called the Prince of the Manosphere. They say he was one of the first Manosphere freaking, I don't know, one of the first sons. You know, he came up under the Kevin Samuels and all of that. That's him. That's him. He has a lot of hot takes. He's also a problem. He's also, you know, he can't stand my guts and I can't stand his. So we stay getting into it. That's all right. Let's keep going though. I just wanted y'all to know who that was, cause yeah, the Prince of the niggas. He take this Manosphere shit very seriously. Amen. Amen.
He's having a difficult time. He's not feeling well. He's looking down or whatever. You, as his wife, and because you know him, you see that his emotion has changed. So you do what? You see and can sense his emotions aren't what they usually are, and you step in as his wife and you help him get better by doing whatever it is needs to be done to help him improve. That is a part of emotional regulation that is at its finest. That's literally what it is. If and when he has a problem, do you want him to just figure it out by himself? Or is he gonna come to you and say, baby, you know what, I've been thinking about this and so on and so forth. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do, or...
So, also, to preface this again, the question was like, how do you bring your man peace or solve his problems or whatever have you? And these were our responses, and this was like his counter to, I guess, SH's response.
This is really stressing me out, and you have a talk with him about whatever's bothering him. Come together with him to try and find a solution, correct?
Duh, nigga. Mr. Fantastic. I want to go back.
No, once a month.
Wait, I didn't know I did that. Did y'all beat that? Wait a minute. I didn't mean to do that. Wait a minute. What did he say to make me do that? Because you know what I'm also realizing, y'all? I'm just losing patience. I'm losing all type of patience talking to these goofy ass. And I'm not calling Fatty a goofy. I'm not calling Ali a goofy. That nigga fantastic. That's a goofy though. Yeah. 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 You know what I'm saying? But I want to know why I did that.
Maybe you know what, I've been thinking about this and so on and so forth. I don't know what I'm gonna do, or this is really stressing me out. And you have a talk with him about whatever's bothering him. Come together with him to try and find a solution, correct?
Duh, nigga.
Hey,
Mr. Fantastic. I want to go back. Like duh, exactly. If he has a problem, he can come to me. We come and we figure it out together. What was so groundbreaking about that revelation?
Hey, no, one second. Fantastic. That's a super point. Fantastic.
I know, always.
Aren't these women crying about we open up to them when we have problems and because they're tired of us not telling them nothing?
Yeah, emotionally unavailable, Fatty. When you don't do it, you're emotionally
y'all don't
unavailable.
do that shit anymore. So when we don't give it to you, y'all complain we are not emotionally available. Now Fantastic and Ali and Ferry are asking, okay, so are y'all going to listen? Like, are y'all going to take, and now y'all don't want to do it?
I don't even know what he just. Let's go. We gotta break this down, y'all. We gotta break this down. And we're gonna get into the boy that's doing commentary over this video too. But what did Fatty just say right there? What did he just say? What?
Available, Fatty. When you don't do it, you're emotionally
y'all
unavailable.
don't do that shit anymore. So when we don't give it to you, y'all complain we are not emotionally available. Now Fantastic and Ali and Ferry are asking.
And what Fatty just said is actually right. If we keep emotional stuff from you women, y'all women will complain. Right here, Fatty is actually right.
Okay, so are y'all going to listen? Like, are y'all going to take, and now y'all don't want to do it?
I think that if we care about each other and we see one another down and try to help you through whatever it is you're going through, for sure. Because I love you, you love me, and clearly we feel safe enough around each other to share our moments where we're not feeling good, and we share it with you because we know if we do share it, you would help us get out of that moment. But ultimately, it's up to me to fix that issue. It's up to me to emotionally regulate myself out of that. Yes, you can contribute to my help, but I have to help myself. Just like with my partner, with my man, with my husband, I'm going to do all that I can to contribute to your peace, add to your peace. If you are down, I'm going to try to help you through that. But ultimately, you gotta fix that, because I don't know. I can give you the tool. Now, what's so interesting is that I am being accused of not answering the question. I am not being accused of following, like giving a clear response. This is my response as an individual of how I contribute to my man's peace. I'm being clear about how I am not responsible for his peace. I'm being clear.
And that's why I gotta disagree with you, Jazz. Has that man's woman, you are supposed to be that man's peace and his safe space. If that man cannot feel peace around you, you are the problem. Sorry, not sorry.
About the fact that he's not responsible for mine. However, we can contribute. Hold on. We can contribute to one another's peace, right? You know what I mean? We're contributing to each other's peace, but we're not responsible for each other's peace. That is my response to the question that's being asked. What's going on, Voice of Venus? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So, I say that to say the question has been answered. How do you contribute, or how do you bring your man peace? This is my answer. Let's keep going. I can say, well, okay, I'm listening, and okay, well, here's what I think you should do. But ultimately, you have to figure that out and know that I'm going to support you in you figuring that out. But to answer the question, do women bring peace? Now here,
that's a yes or no question. And you going all around the mountain
Women
and answer a
bring
damn
peace.
question.
Now here, I was just being facetious. I'll be honest. I said exactly, excuse me, Mills, Eminem. Can I call you Eminem? Because that's how I read it at first. I'm sorry. And Mills, yes, correct. She says, girl, lots of men don't know how to maintain a relationship. I mean, Mr. Fantastic, is a divorcee. You know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, he's more interested in sex and midgets and robots. Inanimate objects. You know what I'm saying? But somehow he has all the answers in the world when it comes to how to maintain relationships. So I find that interesting. And
That's because a divorced man can give relationship advice from a different perspective. If you would shut your mouth and open your ears, maybe you would learn something.
um, you know, but this is the part where I was just being facetious, and I'm learning that some of these people just don't have a sense of humor. They don't be catching sarcasm right away. But once this started, they ran with it. I believe they tried to, right? But I think women should bring problems because men love solving problems, right?
My God.
They ultimately say. So what I said was, oh, that's the right way to say it. That's the right way to say it. You're right. Little people. I love the people. But I'm just saying the fetishization that he be doing. Okay, so the joke was this. This is what I said. I gave the clear answer of how I really am when it comes to peace and relationship. Then I was being facetious and funny. So I said, however, to answer, I think women do bring peace. I think they try to bring peace, but I think they should bring problems because men love solving problems, right? So instead of trying to bring them peace and all of this, just bring them problems and they'll be happy because they are problem solvers.
See, you trying to troll.
They are problem solvers, guys. Bring them problems. I was just being silly. I heard that from another lady on Instagram, and I thought it was so funny. Maybe it's just my sense of humor. But I was like, because you hear men say that all the time, like, we're not emotional. We don't want to deal with the emotional part of it. You bring us something, we want to just get straight to it. We want to solve it. Cool. Baby, I got a problem. Solve it for me. Because I know you, as a man, you're better at solving this
Woman,
problem.
can you quit being dramatic? Quit being dramatic, Jazz. And yes, it is in men's nature to be problem solvers. That's our nature. But for a woman like you to poke fun at our nature shows how dumb and shallow you are.
And I got jumped for saying that, y'all. I got jumped. I guess I asked for it. Men are problem solvers. We want to solve the problems. Bring these niggas problems. And I think,
Boy, y'all sit y'all stupid. Another example of our sisters and women having arrested development. I mean, what type of answer is that to give? What type of answer is that to give? I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever.
here go this square, forehead shaped, kind of receding a little bit, four-eyed toys in the background. You know what I'm saying?
We all are the same one.
Toys and Hulk Hogan's in the background and action figures. It's all, and that's another thing about these manosphere ass men. You know what I'm talking about? Like, these some toy playing ass, gamer playing ass, unserious ass men that got so much seriousness when it comes to women in relationships. Boy, you're unserious as fuck. That's why nobody wants to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Now here he comes about, what's this kind of answer? I don't care. What kind of answer is that? You didn't hear nothing I said prior to that. I literally gave a clear response to how I...
And Jazz, why can't you just shut the fuck up and take criticism?
Bring peace, how I contribute to peace, and how I think peace is best maintained in relationships. But what you ran with was the joke. And I guess, hey, maybe that was meant to be. Maybe that was meant to be. Because it exposed something. But let's keep going.
To say that you want to give peace. Why we give men peace? Well, hey, I mean, like, come on, bro. More empathetic, somehow smarter. But yeah, your only solution to giving men peace is giving them more problems. And of course, you're gonna play the dumb game of, oh, well, I was just kidding.
Yeah, goofball Jamal. Yeah. Wazoppery or whatever your name was. Yeah, I was just joking because I literally went on a whole 2-minute monologue about what the piece was. How you missed that but got this? Manosphere logic. Are we really trying to have a conversation? Or are we only, okay, yeah, that made too much sense. Oh, there it is. There's the moment. There's the got him. Look.
And here's the problem with you, Jazz. You only care about the conversation and when it suits your narrative. But when someone tries to speak truth, you take it as criticism. No, the truth is the truth. It's the truth, Jazz. Be a woman and accept it.
God, she responded. If you're gonna review it with intention. Break down everything I said. Not what you want to misconstrue. That doesn't sound too logical, Mr. Manosphere Man. Do you know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm sure this video you reviewed of me was probably one of your highest, so you're welcome.
Sarcasm, but it's like, no, man, we know how you think. We know how you think. And even, like, once again, there's, the saying that, every joke has a little bit of truth in it. Well, all her jokes has nothing but truth, right?
I mean, he's right about that. I do think men, they enjoy solving problems for women when you bring them. Not intentional problems, not creating problems out of nowhere. Like real life issues, stuff that, I don't know, you may not think about, that a man may be thinking more about. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to when a car needs the fixing.
Have you heard of the Heytai app? It's the largest app for Black media in the world. They have news, videos, and podcasts from Black publishers like Essence, Black Enterprise, and so many more that we love to read.
When it comes to when a car needs the fixing, help me. I'm calling him. You know what I'm saying? I pick up the phone, call my father. Y'all know a little bit more about that. You know what I'm saying? Solve this problem for me. What do I need to do to fix it? You know what I mean? I can't even name the parts on the car. That's how. I know the oil needs to change it, and I know the tires need to fix it. You know what? You know what I'm saying? If I had to fix a tire, I could. But do I want to? I just think men are better at that. There are some women that are better than me. I'm just not the girl. I'm just not the girl. I know how to do it if I need to. You know what I'm saying? If my own girl was with me and she knew how to do it better, girl, help me. Help your sister. Let's keep going.
She just tries to cover it up because, and honestly, I think it must be the time of the month for her because there's a lot of times where she's on these panels.
That is so rude. It must be my time of the month. Oh my God.
She's chilling, she's cool, she's respectful, and then there's other times where she's on one. She's clearly on one, right? So it gets to a point where we're like, man, look, come on, sis, you gotta be a little bit smarter than that. Let's keep it a bean, and we gotta start acting as if this actually doesn't happen, as if you women aren't like the government who will sit here and create the problems for you and then turn around and try to give you a solution to the problem that they created for you.
What? Now, what the hell is he talking about? How did the government get involved? I'm so confused. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about contributing to peace. And you're talking about the government? What did I miss, y'all? Did that make sense to you? This manosphere logic he's trying to spew? Let me go back. Because, she ain't got it all.
create the problems for you and then turn around and try to give you a solution to the problem that for her. Because there's a lot of times where she's on these panels, she's chilling, she's cool, she's respectful, and then there's other times where she's acting where she's on one. She's clearly on one, right? So I mean, like it gets to a point where we like, man, look, like come on, sis, you gotta be a little bit smarter than that. I mean, come on, let's keep it a bean, and we gotta start acting as if this actually doesn't happen, as if you women aren't like the government who will sit here and create the problems for you and then turn around and try to give you a solution to the problem that they created for you. They do it all.
I need that meme of Drewski when he was like, "What do you mean by that?" Y'all write in the comments what he meant by that, cause I'm lost. I'm lost. What did he mean? What did he mean by that? Y'all kicked the man out of the house via divorce, aka the government. Stupid. When y'all say that, how much? I mean, I don't. How much money y'all think these so-called women that had to choose? Because that's not happening anymore. I don't know when we're going to stop talking about government assistance, because most of the black women that you know, if you're not in the hood, or surrounded by other people that are on government assistance, like in poverty, a lot of black women are not even on government assistance. They're not choosing government assistance over anything. And even when they had to choose because of the attack on the black family, they had to choose, forced to choose, because they effed over you and they effed over me and they effed over our collective as a unit, right? They still weren't being paid thousands of dollars, like millions of dollars to survive off of. They were still giving them the bare freaking minimum when it came to welfare. So this idea that they were better off, I don't know. We got to get that one up, y'all. But let's keep going. But I'm confused by this guy.
All the time. They do it all the time. They start a problem, you get angry, get mad, whatever, and then they come back and, oh, well, let me go ahead and fix it for you. And, this is where Fatty will say, hey, man, listen, get on your knees and do this and do that, right? Please your man. But,
exactly.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Yeah, I don't think women should be so concerned with being a man's peace. No, he should already have peace. You should be a peaceful person.
And that's an automatic problem. If a man can't have peace in his home, that's a problem. You as a woman should make sure that your man comes to a peaceful home. If that man can't get peace, you as a woman are an automatic problem.
And y'all can come and compliment each other's peace. But I'm not here to be your peace. I can bring you a problem to solve, though.
Yeah, and this is why you'll never be married.
You will never be married.
Dad, you just.
And that is the truth. I am not here to be.
Even though I don't always agree with Fantastic, on that right there, I agree with Fantastic. Because women need to understand, men need certain things out of you. If you're not woman enough for the job, get out of the way and let somebody else take your place. It's just that plain and simple. Let's continue. 1 second.
Here to be anyone's peace. I can contribute. I can't be it for you. I can't be it for you. That's a peace. It's a you thing. That's something you.
No, wrong. If you're in a relationship, you and him are supposed to bring peace to one another. The fact that you're mid-30s and don't understand this jazz is alarming. If you're in a relationship with a guy or a woman or whatever you're into, you and that person are supposed to bring peace to one another. I don't know why this is going over your head.
something you're responsible for. Nobody else can give that to you. What's wrong with saying that? Now, if I'm bringing you like real headaches and problems, not like everyday little issues, but like bringing you chaos. You know what I mean? I'm crashing out on you. I'm lying to you. I'm manipulating you. I'm cheating on you. I'm disrespecting you.
Have you ever wanted to learn an African?
You. I'm cheating on you. I'm disrespecting you. Now we understand that I'm not even bringing you peace. So now I'm disturbing your peace, and you got the right to leave me if that happens. Another thing that the manosphere logic where it confuses me is that they say, be a man's peace, be a man's peace, be a man's peace, but they also claim that they stay in relationships that are not peaceful for long periods of time. Just because they suffer in silence. You require so much peace, but you accept so much chaos.
First off, you is misconstruing that all to hell.
At the same time. And they say, oh, well, it's kids involved. Listen, baby, you're not a better parent living in a house with a woman you don't like. Them kids feel that energy. Them kids see what's going on.
Have you not heard the term that they used to say? It's cheaper to keep her. Have you not heard of that? Cause see, you don't. With you being such a feminist, your brain will not allow you to see stuff from the male point of view. Man gets divorced 9 times out of 10. The kids get taken away, and half of everything he owns. And the reason it gets taken away is because, unfortunately, the family court system is geared to protect women and victimize the men. So, before you open your mouth again, Jazz, understand what you're talking about, sweetheart.
They pick up on the conversations. They see how your tone is, all that. You ain't low. You ain't low. They're little sponges observing everything. Your mannerisms, everything. So it's just like, we got to stop accepting. I think a healthier narrative is to advocate for men to recognize what peace is, find it within themselves, and know when their peace is being disturbed and not willing to have their peace disturbed just
And you still don't get it.
to be in proximity to a woman or proximity into or whatever other benefits outside of the internal health that's needed for survival. Because what's going on inside, none of the external things matter. If what's going on inside is utter chaos. And when you sit there and you suffer in silence, you know what can happen.
Told the truth on what women actually do.
I had to like that, please. I didn't say that. Nobody said that. I didn't say that. Yeah, I don't think women should be so concerned with being a man's peace. No, he should already have peace. You should be a peaceful person.
You're a problem.
And y'all can come and compliment each other's peace.
And again, you are a problem.
But I'm not here to be your peace. I can bring you a problem to solve, though.
Yeah, and this is why you'll never be married.
You just told the truth. You just.
And tell us why you're divorced. Fantastic.
Now, Jazz, that was petty and unnecessary. See, stuff like that will have you 40 and alone. You got a chance to change your behavior. Change your behavior before you have to buy a dog and die alone.
Tell us why that lady got sick of you, packed her stuff up and the kids and got up out of there. Mr. Mr. I'll never be married. Why you couldn't keep no wife? Huh? You don't never want to talk about your real story, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. It's upended stuff.
Just told the truth on what women actually do. Y'all don't want to hear our problems. You want
I
to
didn't
solve
say
them.
that. Nobody said that.
It damn near did.
You literally just said bring them problems. You said bring them problems. Don't say you didn't say that. And there's nothing. And that's fine.
That keeps you
Right,
sharp.
right.
And again, Jazz, if you would shut up and listen, maybe you will learn something.
A man loves, y'all always say men are supposed to solve the problems. We're not emotional. We want to solve the issue. You know,
Right.
Trying to figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna bring you problems.
The problem is your problem. The problem is your problem hoarders. Y'all are also problem hoarder. You don't like your problem solved, so you can keep complaining about it as well too. But all of what Fantastic was talking about, the rub the feet.
I don't understand sarcasm, do you?
Nah, that's really how you
It's not sarcasm.
I mean, there was a little truth to what I was saying, but it was still a joke. But you see how it all got flipped around. It got flipped around to you don't really want to solve problems. You want to bring men problems. They hone in on the most negative things. And I didn't say it the same thing about how I actually feel about peace and how I contribute to it now about 3 or 4 times, right? In one ear, out of the other. But this is supposed to be logic.
That's how you think. The part about
what I really do think is.
Hey, Jazz, you realize you cut me off 3 times, right? While I was talking, right?
And that's another thing about these manosphere men. Don't you ever cut a manosphere man off. They can cut you off as many times as they want to. All right, they can interject any time and make you forget what you're about to say. But don't you ever cut a manosphere man off. You're in trouble.
Shit,
You're in danger.
I didn't cut you off at all. You cut me off 3 times. No, you hit me.
Ali was very quiet when y'all was bringing us problems, so please don't bring him problems too.
You know what I'm saying.
Jazz, you can go after him. Jazz, you can correct him.
Right
Go
after
after
me.
him. It's fine.
What Fantastic was talking about, which was a phenomenal point, is that all men are hoping for you to do the way you can emotionally regulate him, is this rub his feet, rub his back, be there for him to put his head on your shoulder, have a meal cooked, have his back.
Be his peace.
Y'all don't want to hear our problems. You don't want to solve them.
Now what?
That's because, unfortunately, women like Jazz do not give a damn about male problems. They don't.
Have a meal cooked, have his bath water ready. Y'all don't want to hear our problems. You don't want to solve them.
Now what? I just said. We just said we will be open to hearing what these problems are. If we can help them solve their problems, we will. He's talking about rubbing feet. He's talking about cooking meals. Because I guess according to Ali, this is what every man wants. Every man wants the same type of woman, wants the same things from that woman. Because in his mind...
First off, Ali did not say that. So don't be sitting here putting words in Ali's mouth.
The manosphere mind, this is the...
Jazz, Ali did not say that. Quit being disingenuous and close your mouth and open your ears, sweetheart.
Only way. It's so narrow-minded. It's so small, like short-minded, short-sighted thinking that you're not willing to really understand all the nuance that creates like a healthy relationship unless it's in alignment to what you believe. New Marie said, I don't want to hear a nigga problem. See, look.
and y'all and women like that need to buy a dog and die the fuck alone.
Listen. We don't whiner. And thank you for being here, New Marie. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We don't want to hear a whiner. If you got a problem that you think I can help you with, please bring it to me. But if you're constantly bringing me the same problem over and over again, complaining about it, not doing anything to fix the problem, or you're
Men. I'm speaking to the men. Unfortunately, there's a lot of women like this. You have two options: get your passport, or be a member of the free agent lifestyle. Those are your only two options.
even after we have talked, spoken about it once, maybe twice. Oh no, I ain't trying to hear that shit no more. And vice versa. Vice versa. I'm not trying to overload you with all my problems and keep bringing the same problem to you and keep, I can't stand that. I can't stand that. You with your homegirl, with your friend, and it's you constantly bringing a problem, and you like, girl, well, what you want to do about it? You know what I mean? What do you want to do to fix it? But when it comes to your significant other, I do think that it's important in a relationship to provide a safe space for both of you can feel comfortable to come to each other with your down moments, with your problems, with your issues that you may have. You should feel safe to do that. You don't want to feel outcasted in your relationship. You want to be able to be your full self. They should see all of you. You know what I mean? For the most part. I'm not saying they got to be there while you wiping your butt, but you know what I'm saying. Some people be doing that. I can't get into it though. Just say that.
You keep interrupting me, right? Let him finish so you can correct him. Get the notes
okay,
and
I see.
the pen. Yes.
Matter of fact, since you want to interject, hey, SH and Jazz, tell me how both y'all up here solve man's problems.
Okay, so
Tell me how y'all solve. Tell me what problems. Hold on. Tell me what problems. Hold on. Excuse me. Hold on. No. You just was interjecting and
Look at her being combative.
cut me off and say you solve problems. SH and Jazz.
I didn't say
what
that.
Problems?
You're not listening.
Yes, you did. You double talk, Jazz. You literally cut me off. First, you said that we give men problems. Then, when I said y'all cause men problems and don't help them with their problems, you said no, we do help men with their problems. So again, what problems do you help men? What problems do men have that y'all help solve as well too?
It depends on what he bringing to me. If I can help him figure it out, I help him figure it
No
out.
specifics. Now we need specifics.
No.
Please, can you
Give a
I don't have
specific
specific for
answer.
you because it just depends on.
See, this right here is Jazz not wanting to answer the question.
The man and what issue he having that he feels that I can help him solve. Every problem that he faces, I may not be equipped to help him solve that. But I'm still saying whatever problem that he presents to me, if I'm able to help him with it, I will help him fix it. I don't see why that is such a why that wasn't a good enough answer. To the manosphere, why isn't that answer good enough? What's missing from that answer that doesn't say, well, what is it that, what problems do your man, like he's asking me, what kind of problems do you solve for your man? As if my man is constantly bringing me problems to solve for him. That's a grown-ass man, right? But if he does bring me a problem, he's bringing it to me because he trusts that I can fix it. Let's just keep going. I just want to know why that wasn't a good enough answer. You know what I mean? My man is running his own business. There are problems within that business that he knows that I'm equipped to solve. So he'll come with me to that. But as far as like just everyday life, like
hold on.
No. Y'all not gonna. No.
Yeah.
Alright, the main event is here.
Damn it.
Favorite, just keep it on.
I did not mean to do that. Hold on.
Segrid releases immediately and blocks acid that causes heartburn for 24 hours.
I pressed the wrong damn button.
Hi there. Would you like to receive a gift? I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ.
Here to be anyone's peace. I can contribute. I can't be it for you. I can't be it for you. That's a peace. It's a you thing. That's something you do. That's something you're responsible for. Nobody else can give that to you. What's wrong with saying that? Now, if I'm bringing you like real headaches and problems, not like everyday little issues, but like bringing you chaos. You know what I mean? I'm crashing out on you. I'm lying to you. I'm manipulating you. I'm cheating on you. I'm disrespecting you. Now we under now we understand that I'm not even bringing you peace. So now I'm disturbing your peace. And you got the right to leave me if that happens. Another thing that the manosphere logic where it confuses me is that they say, you know, be a man's peace, be a man's peace, be a man's peace, but they also claim that they stay in relationships that are not peaceful for long periods of time. Just because they suffer in silence. You require so much peace, but you accept so much chaos at the same time. And they say, oh, well, it's kids involved. Listen, baby, you're not a better parent living in a house with a woman you don't like. Them kids feel that energy. Them kids see what's going on. They pick up on the conversations. They see how your tone is, all that. You ain't low. You ain't low. They're little sponges observing everything. Your mannerisms, everything. So it's just like, we got to stop accepting. I think a healthier narrative is to advocate for men to recognize what peace is, find it within themselves, and know when their peace is being disturbed and not willing to have their peace disturbed just to be in proximity to a woman or proximity into or whatever other benefits outside of the internal health that's needed for survival. Because what's going on inside, none of the external things matter. If what's going on inside is utter chaos. And when you sit there and you suffer in silence, you know what can happen.
Told the truth on what women actually do.
I have to like that, please. I didn't say that.
Nobody said that.
I didn't say that.
Who the f- think you is?
Yeah, I don't think women should be so concerned with being a man's peace. No, he should already have peace. You should be a peaceful person, and y'all can come and compliment each other's peace. But I'm not here to be your peace. I can bring you a problem to solve, though.
Yeah, and this is why you never be married.
You just told the truth.
And I co-sign what Fantastic said. Jazz Noel will never be a married woman with that mindset. And in the words of Kevin Samuels, buy a dog and die alone.
Jazz, you just
and tell us why you're divorced. Okay.
And of course, here's Jazz. Gotta make it personal. Here's something I don't get with women like Jazz. When y'all hear criticism, y'all supposed to listen to that criticism and learn from it. But no, y'all take criticism and see it as a personal attack, which is not what it is. If you're not woman enough to take criticism, just say that.
Stick. Tell us why that lady got sick of you, packed her stuff up and them kids and got up out of there. Mr. I'll never be married. Why you couldn't keep nobody? Huh? You don't never want to talk about your real story, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. It's upended stuff.
just told the truth on what women actually do. Y'all don't want to hear our problems. You want to solve
that. Nobody said that.
Actually, Jazz, you basically just said that a minute ago that you really don't care about being a man's piece, which even though you didn't come straight out and say it, you were basically saying I really don't care about my man's problems. Even though you probably didn't mean to say that, that's what you said.
I didn't say that.
You literally just said bring them problems. You said bring them problems. Don't say you didn't say that. And there's nothing
that keeps you on your toes. That keeps you sharp. A man loves, y'all always say, men are supposed to solve the problems. We're not emotional. We want to solve the issue.
No, you misinterpret that. It is men's nature to be problem solvers. Now, we didn't say to bring us a whole bunch of problems. I mean, at least I don't say that, but it is within male nature to problem solve. Yes. Okay.
Right.
Trying to figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna bring you problems.
The problem is your.
See, you think because it's male nature to problem solve, you as the woman supposed to help lighten that man's load as well. If you're not making that man's load light, you are nothing but a hindrance to that said man. Therefore, you're a nine asset, you're an automatic liability. And Jazz, you are a liability.
The problem is your problem hoarders. Y'all are also problem hoarders. You don't like your problem solved. So complaining
Talk
about
to
it.
him, Ali.
But what Fantastic was talking about, the rub the feet.
I don't understand sarcasm, do you?
Nah, that's really how you
It's not sarcasm.
I mean,
That's
it
how
was
y'all
true
think.
to what I was saying, but it was still a joke. But you see how it all got flipped around. It got flipped around to you don't really want to solve problems. You want to bring men problems. They hone in on the most negative things. And I didn't say the same thing about how I actually feel about peace and how I contribute to it now about 3 or 4 times, right? In one ear, out of the other. But this is supposed to be logic.
That's how you think. The part about
what I really do think is
hey guys, you realize you cut me off 3 times, right? While I was talking, right?
Oh, that's another thing about these manosphere men. Don't you ever cut a manosphere man off. They can cut you off as many times as they want to. All right, they can interject anytime and make you forget what you're about to say. But don't you ever cut a manosphere man off. You're in trouble. You're in danger, girl.
I didn't cut you off at all. You cut me off 3 times. No, you think you was Ali was very quiet when y'all was bringing us problems, so please don't bring in problems too.
No, what I'm saying.
You can go up there, you can correct that right at me. It's fine. What Fantastic was talking about, which was
And Jazz's problem is Jazz don't know when to shut the hell up. Sometimes, Jazz, you can actually learn something by just shutting the hell up.
phenomenal point is that all men are hoping for you to do the way you can emotionally regulate him is this: rub his feet, rub his back, be there for him to put his head on your shoulder, have a meal cooked.
Bring him some peace and comfort is what Ali is saying. He didn't say that you had to do those particular things, but as a woman, bring peace and comfort to the guy that you're with. That's all Ali is saying. And you, Jazz, are fighting Ali tooth and nail over it. And I don't understand it.
Have his bathwater ready. Y'all don't want to hear our problems. You don't want to solve.
Now what?
Well, before I let you in, gotta answer a few questions. Gotta make sure you're not gay. Shoot. What's a slip? It's a drip. That's where you fall.
Have a meal cooked. Have his bathwater ready. Y'all don't want to hear our problems. You don't want to solve.
Now what? I just said. We just said. We will be open to hearing what these problems are. If we can help them solve their problems, we will. He's talking about rubbing feet. He's talking about cooking meals. Because I guess according to Ali, this is what every man wants. Every man wants the same type of woman.
Again, Ali was using that as an example. What Ali was emphasizing, if you would have took the time and listened, Jazz, is that as a woman, you're supposed to bring peace and comfort to your man. But unfortunately, you don't understand that.
Wants the same things from that woman. Because in his mind, in the manosphere mind, this is the only way. It's so narrow-minded. It's so small, like short-minded, short-sighted thinking. That you're not willing to really understand all the nuance that creates like a healthy relationship unless it's in alignment to what you believe. New Marie said, I don't want to hear a nigga problem. See, look. Listen. We don't want a whiner. And thank you for being here, New Marie. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We don't want to hear a whiner. If you got a problem that you think I can help you with, please bring it to me. But if you're constantly bringing me the same problem over and over again, complaining about it, not doing anything to fix the problem on your own, even after we have talked, spoken about it once, maybe twice, oh no, I ain't trying to hear that shit no more. And vice versa. Vice versa. I'm not trying to overload you with all my problems and keep bringing the same problem to you and keep, I can't stand that. I can't stand that. You with your homegirl, with your friend, and it's you constantly bringing a problem, and you like, girl, well, what you want to do about it? You know what I mean? What do you want to do to fix it? But when it comes to your significant other, I do think that it's important in a relationship to provide a safe space for both of you can feel comfortable to come to each other with your down moments, with your problems, with your issues that you may have. You should feel safe to do that. You don't want to feel outcasted in your relationship. You want to be able to be your full self. They should see all of you. You know what I mean? For the most part. I'm not saying they got to be there while you wiping your butt, but you know what I'm saying. Some people be doing that. I can't get into it though. Just say that.
You just let him finish so you can correct him. Get the note the pen. Yes.
Matter of fact, since you want to interject, hey, SH and Jazz, tell me how both of y'all up here solve man's problems.
Okay.
Damn it.
Check him. For what?
I did not mean to do that. Damn it. Hold on.
How both of y'all up here solve man's problems.
I want to hear this.
Tell me how y'all solve.
Now, this I want to hear. I want to hear how much they going to dance around this question to Jazz and to SH. I want to hear how much they going to dance around this question.
Tell me what problems. Hold on. Tell me what problems. Hold on. Excuse me. Hold on.
And listen, Jazz popping off because either she's offended by the question, or she's not smart enough to answer the question. It's one of the two.
No. You just was interjecting and cut me off to say you solve problems. SH and Jazz.
I didn't say that. Problems? You're not listening.
Yes, you did. You double talk, Jazz. You literally cut me off. First, you said that we.
And here's the problem with Jazz. Jazz only talks to counter and respond. If she would just shut her mouth and listen and then respond properly, well, let me take that back. Close her ears and respond. Maybe, again, she would actually learn something. You can't learn nothing by running your mouth all damn time. You can't.
You did. You double talk, Jazz. You literally cut me off. First, you said that we give men problems. Then, when I say y'all cause men problems and don't help them with their problems, you said no, we do help men with their problems. So again, what problems do you help men? What problems do men have that y'all help solve as well too?
It depends on what he bringing to me. If I can help him figure it out, I'll help him figure it out.
No specifics. Now we need specifically, please. Can you tell me?
I don't have a specific for you because it just depends on the man and what issue he's having that he feels that I can help him solve. Every problem that he faces, I may not be equipped to help him solve that. But I'm still saying whatever problem that he presents to me, if I'm able to help him with it, I will help him fix it. I don't see why that is why that wasn't a good enough answer. To the manosphere, why isn't that answer good enough? What's missing from that answer that doesn't say, well, what is it that, what problems do your man, like he's asking me, what kind of problems do you solve for your man? As if my man is constantly bringing me problems to solve for him. That's a grown-ass man, right? But if he does bring me a problem, he's bringing it to me because he trusts that I can fix it. Let's just keep going. I just want to know why that wasn't a good enough answer. what I mean? My man is running his own business. There are problems within that business that he knows that I'm equipped to solve. So he'll come with me to that. But as far as like just everyday life, like hold on. Hold on.
No, y'all not gonna. No.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Can we please get the likes up, y'all? Please get the likes up. What's going on? What's going on? Let me know what's going on. Push them on up there, y'all. Please. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the likes up, hit the share button, do all of the things. Let's go.
No, you're not gonna walk away from that. Since y'all helping.
I'm listening to you. I'm gonna
name the specifics of problems that men have that you help them with, that you help them solve. Can you tell me? Because Jazz didn't answer the question. Can you?
Jazz didn't answer the question. Jazz.
And you didn't answer the question.
He wanted me to be like, okay, I help him with, I helped him with his resume. But I don't have to help my man with his resume. That's not that's not the kind of man I got. You know what I mean? That needs help with a resume. All right. So it's just like, what are these problems that I should be solving for this man on a daily basis that I should be able to say right away? Y'all let me know.
Answer it.
Yeah. How are we gonna get out of this debt? If he brings that question to me, I might have an answer. But you're conflating two different things, right? Problem solving and emotional regulation.
And here's SH trying to dance around the question. When a man gives you a question, don't dance around it. Answer it directly. Either answer it directly or say, I don't understand the question. That is how you respond properly when a man asks you a question.
You brought up rubbing feet, head on shoulder, and expressing yourself. Yes, you can express yourself, right? But she cannot solve your problems for you. Expression is a release. So I'm here to support. Yes, it's important for you to express your emotions, right? But now a regulation, being regulated is on you to calm down. It's on you to not be angry. Now, if you come to me...
All right, so I'm going to fast forward because it's just more of the same stuff. We're saying the same thing. I'm going to fast forward to when my man enters the chat, when he enters the panel. Make sure y'all get the likes up, please.
And have a glass of water or something or whatever. Is that not...
Okay, let me see.
No, because he stays regulated.
Where's some...
Let me pull it up.
And this is Jazz trying to fast forward.
Hold on, y'all.
Almost like it is. Women want
regulate you as well as me regulating myself.
Dealing with where they're supporting, answer questions, hypotheticals, answer. Like this,
so I'm not just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course, so.
No. Hey, let me finish. Let me finish.
Why do I gotta get on my
knees? It happens to y'all all. I got you. Y'all don't have to do literally nothing. And instead of doing the bare minimum, which is literally what women are on this planet for, get my balls a little bit more, drain my balls, fill my belly, and tell me you love me and that you're going to support me. Instead of doing the bare minimum, y'all trying to be psychologists. To be or not to be, what is going to happen to you, sir? I'm going to tell you words of encouragement. What the hell is this?
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 2.9.
Y'all don't know how to do better.
Some men don't solve every issue with sex. Some men.
That's not his point.
But what is the point? Because the point.
And of course, Jazz got muddy the damn water. Always, for no damn reason, you always got to muddy the water. And I don't get why you do that shit.
Thing he's trying to make was, you can't do anything. It's hard for you to do all these other things, but when it comes to draining your balls, like everything goes back to sex. Also, another thing I noticed in the manosphere when it comes to their logic and how they apply it to relationships, everything boils down to having access to sex on command, on demand, at any time, and that's just the bare minimum because that is all that is needed for a healthy relationship. That's all every man needs for most of their problems.
First off, Jazz, that's a mischaracterization. Now you say that's a that's a mental sphere, but no, what you trying to do, you using mental sphere, but you trying to put that blanket on all men. Stop it.
So this is what they're trying to explain to me.
Hey, Jess. Yeah, the ones that don't quit
Yes, there's going to be a word that is going to be prohibited for you and SH to say. Every. In every problem, every solution, every. Nothing is all. Jess, nothing is all. I know. You are not going to solve cancer or health problems with. You're not. But on a day-to-day basis, Jess, if a man has a stressful day or a woman has a stressful day, I'm actually going to do it with.
Hold on. What you say, Leslie? You said, I was disappointed you couldn't prove how women are more emotionally regulated, intelligent than men by nipping in the bud.
Now I don't know who this person is, but what you're saying is a half truth.
Back and forth in the first place with your man and Fatty, those were two grown men having an exchange amongst each other. One grown man was being disrespectful to another grown man. So I let those two grown men figure that out. That's where my emotional intelligence stepped in because my man, he was disrespected, and that's how he decided to respond. And as a woman, I don't get in between two men, virtually or physically.
Well, at least you're smart on something.
Nobody was in danger. That man was speaking directly to my man. My man responded. Now, if I would have turned around and be like, "Hey, stop!" Now, how would that have made me look? Hey, be quiet. Don't be quiet. Come on now, no. They already saying he whipped. They already saying he ain't got no backbone. Had I interjected,
from what I heard, your man is pussy whipped.
While he was talking and speaking his piece after being disrespected, how would that have made me look, Leslie? Okay. Hey, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. What you say? My Life Your Entertainment says that's a super minority and they not used to having sex with women. If they had women, they would talk.
Be right back, y'all.
This rhetoric because they women would be leaving them. Exactly. Anti-disrespecting to your man all the time. My man was never personally disrespected talking to Anton online. Anton was talking to me. And I don't need to tell my man to go back online and go back. No. My man was involved in this particular conversation and got disrespected for no reason. So let's keep going.
Joel,
baby, how be easing your stressful day?
Hey, Jess.
What are we doing?
Hey, Jess, can you tell me?
So at this point, my man had walked in. I'm being silly because at this point, I'm not really taking this conversation seriously because it's silly. I mean, seriously, because it is getting silly to me. I'm saying the same thing over and over again. They keep denying, which is what they do. It's what they do. I'm saying the same thing over again. They keep saying they don't understand what I'm saying. They keep saying I'm lying or whatever the case may be. You know, whatever the case may be. So at this point, my man walks in because we was on our way out, and we had a date planned, and I'm like, babe, come tell him how I'm being sassy. So this is how it all started, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Hit the like button.
Your man to answer this, please.
They want you to answer a question back. Come on, because they think I get.
No, it's fine.
Here's when it gets interesting.
That's why I'm over here bringing you.
It's fine. Let me ask.
So gender roles apply in social interactions, but should in the romantic relationship dynamic, the farce of the strong independent. Well, I don't understand what you mean, Leslie, because what happened between two men has nothing to do with a gender role being applied in my relationship. Even if that was my homeboy getting into it with another homeboy, I'm going to let those two men, just like I wouldn't expect my man to get in between me and another woman. It's just about...
I think what Leslie's saying here is trying to say here that concerning Jazz is picking and choosing when when to quote unquote use a traditional woman's talking point. That's why I think the Leslie person is trying to say here and getting a little bit confused.
Respect and letting two people hash their thing out. No? I mean, I can defend where it's needed, but if you're addressing somebody directly, I'm going to let that person address you directly. If it was my two homegirls, I'm not going to get in between that unless it gets out of hand. Unless somebody try to get physical. But we let grown people handle their grown shit. Don't try to conflate the two. Don't try to do that. You know what I'm saying? Leslie wanted you to be masculine over your man. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I don't do that. No, you playing, Leslie. You playing. Because you're trying to say one thing when one thing isn't happening.
Ask him a question. Let me ask him a question.
Mahjong. No Wi-Fi needed.
Ask him a question. Let me ask him a question.
Y'all know what's so funny? When Fatty started to talk right after Mr. Fantastic got done talking, what did the chick say? She said, but this is like proof that no matter what you say to a lot of these sisters, bro, they will sit here and make up anything, right? They will make up...
And that's another thing that bothers me about Men of Spirit. Everything a woman says is a lie to them. Everything. Everything a woman says is...
No. It's not everything. It's 80%. 80% of the logic y'all try to use is feminist logic, which really is what's keeping y'all stagnant. Feminist ideology and black women's empowerment ideology is what's keeping y'all stagnant as women. And we the men are trying to wake y'all up.
Everything a woman says is a lie. It can't be truthful. It got to be performative. And I often wonder, is this projection? Because how do you know for sure that I'm always lying? A person that always thinks somebody else is lying is usually lying themselves. Or lying to themselves. Believing their own lies. Because it's just like, it gets so frustrating when you... Because what do I have to gain by lying to people? You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. I like this response, though. Jamal said to defeat fatty knowledge in their point by saying, yes, some women are like that, and then cut them up with a better point or rebuttal. Listen, it doesn't matter how you rebuttal. They're going to find a way to defeat your rebuttal. If it's not in alignment with their belief is, or if they assume that you're lying. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's keep going.
Anything, they will, truth be told, they listen to respond, not to understand.
That's y'all.
Sad part about it. I mean, the fact that she said, what?
Nope, that's you, Jazz. You listen to respond, Jazz. That is you. Quit projecting.
Oh, but it's just like, man, like, what are we talking about? Like, we're arguing with some children. As I said before, y'all saw what I'm talking about, right? Y'all see what I'm talking about, where she doesn't even want to answer the question, right? You see what Ali is pointing to, but you don't even want to answer that. You see what Ali is pointing to, but you don't even want to answer that, right? But he has to
didn't answer the
shift
question.
the scenario. Same foundation, right? Or not even Ali, but Mr. Fantastic.
No, he has to shift the foundation because my answer wasn't clear to him because it wasn't what he wanted to hear. It wasn't what he wanted to hear. He didn't accept my answer. It's not that I didn't answer it. It wasn't what he wanted to hear. He wanted me to find something specific. Maybe SH could find something specific, but I guarantee you she thought about that for a minute before she said something. Because the natural response is to be, whatever problem he brings. I'm here for them. That's a natural response as a human being. When you care about somebody, like, oh yeah, they just like when somebody like I don't play about them, they could call me whenever. Don't matter what it is. Well, what specifically? Like when you there for somebody, you're there for them. But I think a lot of people in the manosphere, they don't know anything about that. They don't know anything about actually showing up for people genuinely without having other intentions or other motives, or wanting to, or trying to take advantage of a situation. They're used to the conniving, manipulative energy all the time, and they think that's so they're on guard now. They're on guard.
Foundation. It's like, come on, bro. The fact that Mr. Fantastic saw how childish you were being when it came down to that scenario, he switched it and you knew what he was talking about. And like as I stated before, a regular person would simply know what he's talking about. They will say, hey, well, my husband never really been in that situation, but I see what you're talking about. I see what you mean. Like, come on, man. But
why can't you just accept what we say? Why is that so hard? Because we're saying something clear as well.
The most agreed and the most educated. It's like every time we switch the example, but it's still all in the same foundation, all in the same realm. Then she understood and she agreed. And it's like, bro, like we gotta stop with this because this is a tactic that women like to use. It's a tactic that women like to use.
Oh my God.
It's like
argument. Well, it's a tactic women like to use to do what? To do what? Y'all be killing me. Y'all be killing me for real. Y'all really be killing me, like, it's a tactic women need to use. That was the whole basis of the manosphere, wasn't it? To teach men the tactics of women so they can, not be whatever. Like, come on now.
No. The manosphere was created to level the playing field against black women's empowerment, a.k.a. Tonya TKO, a.k.a. Princella Clark, a.k.a. the Bald Eagle Cynthia G. And that's why the manosphere was created, to combat those three demonic hyenas. And that's why.
Why would we need to use tactics with you niggas online? What would be the reason to go out our way to go deep into our brain power and say, I'm going to use a tactic
to play men
on men that have no bearing on my life? I'm going to, what's up with that? What? Because is that something that maybe these men will do? Maybe that's something they're used to doing.
Bad faith. It's literally arguing bad faith to try to derail the conversation because you can't come up with an argument because we somehow destroyed yours. It's Arrested Development.
Get C-SPAN on the go. Watch the day's biggest political...
Destroyed yours. It's Arrested Development and also a tactic at the same time. And it's no different than Jazz constantly. I mean, dude, in big 2026 Jazz, we already know we're not talking about all. But, of course, because you cannot argue. You have to constantly keep bringing that up. Oh, well, it's...
You cannot debate, Jazz, for shit. You cannot debate at all, Jazz.
Nah, well, you keep bringing up all. Well, man, we're not talking about all.
But they're generalizing, though. That's what they always do. They generalize. They want to say it's not all women, but it's the majority, so that's just what we need to be talking about over and over again, and vice versa.
What is wrong with talking about the majority? The majority is what needs to be talked about. What's wrong with y'all?
But we know this. I would just simply say, can we just jump to the understanding the same way our sisters jump to the conclusion? Like, women just jump over everything and go straight to the conclusion, right? You can...
Yep. With women like Jazz, I always gotta go to the extreme.
Do that with an understanding. You can do that with your understanding.
Y'all not trying to understand nothing. Because me and SH and I were very direct on our responses. And
no, you weren't. No, you were not. No, you were not.
The questions aren't being answered clearly because it's literally just not what you want to hear. There was no confusion. Everybody else understood. But for some reason, it's okay, but no. Okay, but no, because y'all really don't. No, but that's a lie because we're the women that are not the all women, right? But even the women that's not all women, our responses aren't even respected. Since it's not all men, so we got to accept these men because, you know what I'm saying, their responses and their feelings and their thoughts and opinions are not the bad man opinion. But when it comes to women, when we're saying, hey, actually we do it this way, it's cap because of what they think a majority of women are doing. It's like, y'all not looking for no understanding.
Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Is he here?
Talk about how bad it is over here.
No, Jazz, I'm not saying that it's terrible. I'll give a question.
Okay, keep running with it.
So let me ask you.
Think that I butcher you, they think I'm a...
No, Jazz, we're not doing no. There's nobody saying, sir.
And look at Jazz sitting here lying. Just straight lying.
Nobody's saying that over here.
Lying.
Okay?
They said it.
Nah, you're not going to set this up. Nobody said that. Okay? So, sir, the question is this, right? If you're having a stressful day, right, and you get home, and the only thing, like instead of just trying to be a therapist and give you words of motivation and encouragement and coaching you, if she comes in, she gives you great sex, she puts you...
Once again, instead of Jasmine being a therapist and doing this and that, wouldn't it be better? You see how they want to control the narrative. You see how they want to take my response and trash it and say, no, wouldn't you like this better?
That was not Fatty trying to trash your response. That was Fatty putting a hypothetical on it.
As if all men think on this level. Mind you, we're all past 30 on this panel. I think. I don't know how much. No, I think Rizzy, the little girl with the whatchajiggers on with the little kitten ears on. I think she's in her 20s. I'm not sure about SH. SH seems mature but looks really young. I'm not really sure. But what I'm saying is, Fatty, Fantastic Ali, Miss Anna, all past 30. So you would think there's a maturity level there when it comes to solving real grown-up problems. But let's continue.
Some food on the table, and if she whispers on your ear, is everything is going to be okay, baby? I'm here to support you. Is your stress level going to be highly reduced, or are you still going to be a pile of nerves and be like, does that work?
Yeah, if you're 12.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Because that's how you literally support us. You lie to me and say you're proud of me. You drain my balls and you give me something to eat.
Now listen, I need y'all to really pay attention to what just happened here. I need you to really just pay attention to what happened here, right? My man said, yeah, dropping my drawers and doing all of the sex and all of that as soon as I walk in the house, yeah, that probably would help me if I was super young, like 12, and 12 is like really...
And Jazz, your man just told a bold-faced damn lie.
Young, but you got what he was saying. I was super young, like if I was 12, and then what did Fatty say? Yeah, that's right. Exactly. You want to have your drains ball, have your balls drained, you want to get a meal, and you want to relax like a little kid would. So you have a grown man with a mindset of saying, as a grown man.
And look, and y'all, listen to how Jazz is about to twist this all to damn hell. She is about to take this and twist it all to damn hell. Listen.
I want what a 12-year-old would want to solve my grown issue. Is that...
Come on.
What a 12-year-old would want to solve my grown issue. Is that evolved maturity?
You're being disingenuous,
Because
Jazz.
why are you at such a large age still desiring to handle situations like a child would, like an adolescent would, like an immature man would?
How is that difficult to do?
Hold on, because I also said every man works different. Go ahead.
So you think he's different from Mr. Fantastic or me or Ali?
Absolutely, yes I do. Yes I do. Yes I do.
And you crazy
Yes I
as damn
do. Shout out to
hell.
my man.
And Jazz, you crazy as damn hell.
Oh yeah, nothing like you. Nothing like you guys. Thank God. Thank God. No, baby. No similarities at all whatsoever. You know what I mean? Say what you want about him, but ain't nothing the same. But when you are immature, right, and you get with other immature men that validate your immaturity, you tend to think this is all men. This is what all men want. No. It's just the mental weird sector of the internet.
Listen, bro. I'm gonna put in the context of you're talking to a person that was a former collegiate athlete that played around pro players, so I get the situation of relief and stuff. But that was my enjoyment when I was 25 and under years old.
Brother, you're giving a half truth right now. I know you probably afraid of Jazz and whatever, but the least you could do is muster up a little bit of courage and tell the damn truth. Cause you're still giving us a half-ass lie.
Sure. I'm 40, bro. So my biggest thing is the best thing Jasmine can do for me, and I think as a mature man, my biggest thing is words of affirmation. When I'm struggling with something, I want
Yeah, this brother's cook. How are you, out? You just said out your own mouth, you're almost a 40-year-old man, and you said words of affirmation. Brother, you is cook, you is wash, you is I I don't even know what else to say. Your cook, your wash is over. Let's get back into it.
my biggest thing is words of affirmation. When I'm struggling with something, I like to talk to Jasmine about these problems.
Bro, you is cook. You is you is cooked like a Thanksgiving turkey.
I need to think.
Now, what did I say earlier? Oh, what did Fatty say earlier? It was, oh, instead of her talking and doing all of this, I have a man that wants that. I know who I am dating. I lean into how he needs to be loved. He just told you what works for me right now is communication.
Words are not as effective as actions, Jazz. Actions are better than words. That's the point that Fantastic was trying to make. Unfortunately, you didn't want to hear Fantastic out. Hopefully, if you hear this, maybe you'll open your ears and hear me out. Words of affirmation probably great, all this, that, whatever. But men want action from their woman. Now, I didn't say the action had to be sexual contact. But as a woman, you should be able to bring peace and comfort to the person that you're with. And to be honest, I am a little worried about this guy that you're with, about how much peace and comfort you bring to his life. Cause based on the way he's sounding, he sounds like a scared little puppy.
What works for me right now is communication, words of affirmation. I can come to Jasmine and be vulnerable in that way. But you believe nobody wants that. But he just affirmed that that's exactly the type of man that he is. If that's what you require, Fatty, or Fantastic, or whoever that has this type of disposition, that's okay.
Whether you're a professional contractor or simply take pride in handling your own home repairs and projects, Harbor Freight.
But don't try to convince him of something different just because that's what you believe. And that's another thing that I feel the manosphere does with their logic. They try to convince you of theirs when your logic doesn't align with theirs. And I just want to know why. I just want to know why.
Certain things. She covers a lot of things that my intellectual side may miss because she's has better emotional intelligence than me.
Oh Lord. Why am I hearing Derek Jackson when this dude talks? I'm hearing Derek Jackson, Ace Metaphor, and that pussy ass Mr. Let Go when this dude speaks. I'm starting to get a headache.
Oh, look at that. Wait, Jazzy's more emotionally intelligent than you?
Yes, because I'm
in certain cases. Now, we'll get into the nuance.
I ain't saying this to be rude, Jazz, but from listening to this guy, this guy somewhat, from what I'm hearing, does have a little bit of a backbone, but to be honest, his backbone really ain't that much.
But let's keep going. What you talking about, Kevin saying?
No way.
What's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? Kevin Samuels said what? Kevin Samuels definitely would have stood by Jazz in this whole situation though. Talk about it.
Wait a minute now. I don't know about that one now. I'm going to have to disagree with that one.
Talk about it. Talk about it. But let's.
There's no way.
I think more in concepts, and I think of more high variables than just people's emotional reactions. I'm very much a black and white. What's the
A-type
of those types of things? So I miss emotional cues.
So that was very clear, right?
This dude literally just spewed out a Mr. Let Go talking point. Yeah, this guy's cooked. This dude that Jazz is with, this dude is cooked. He just spout out a Mr. Let Go talking point. Yeah, there's no hope for this guy. And as you hear, getting ready here, Fatty, I guess for some reason, was going to try to save this guy. But here's the thing. Some people just ain't meant to get saved. I said what I said.
So I miss emotional cues.
So that was very clear, right? He definitely is the type of personality that is very just like A-type.
No, what he is a brainwashed nigga. That's what he is. This brother is brainwashed like hell. He just spewed out talking points from Mr. Let Go and Ace Metaphor and Derek Jackson. This dude is cooked. He's cooked.
Very strategic. You know, he could be very stern and just not really picking up on how he can come off, right? I'm more receptive to other people's emotions and energies, right? And so sometimes he won't pick up on a certain cue, and then I'll be like, okay, babe, maybe say it like this or approach it like this, just to maintain the good energy, because this is what I'm feeling. Maybe how you coming off, it could deter what we're trying to do. If you know what I mean, it's like a balance. It's like a balance. And when it comes to like responding in the right way, I have a tendency and I'm working on it, and I've gotten better. But I had a bad tendency of responding immediately, reacting right away. You know what I mean? Like you hear something, you want to react right away. You want to say something right there, and that's not always the best way to respond to things, because you may be in a energy that has too many emotions and mixed emotions, that you end up saying something that could be offensive or not get the outcome that you need, right? Because I'm the type of person, I don't like to just, if there's a problem, we're going to talk about it right now. You know what I mean? And I've gotten better, and I can respect when other people need that space, and et cetera. But it's just like, if I can talk about it right now, I am. He more so is better at taking the information, processing it, assessing it, then coming back with a response. Sometimes I may say yes too fast to certain things, and then be like, damn, why did I say yes to that? I really don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And he'll be like, baby, you got to start, you got to just start, stop telling people something in the moment. Because just as a natural person that is overly empathetic and considers everybody's feelings, and especially people that you care about, you want to let them know that you're there for them. But he's the type that be like, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to respond right away just to appease your feelings. So this is where the emotional intelligence versus and how you emotionally respond kind of plays it. Because it's very, very similar. But the way that it is kind of like, I would say, enacted in real time, I think it's different.
So she covers me in that. So when something I provide something I'm having a problem with, I think it's more straight to the point. Jasmine was like, she'll be like, why? Maybe you missed the emotion.
Why when this dude talks, all I hear is Mr. Let Go. Is something wrong with me, or am I right on the money?
Emotional.
So Jess can pick up social cues better. So Jess can pick up social cues better. That's usually women kind of do that a little bit better than men, right? Who is more emotionally regulated means who is usually the person that gets more out of control or more less impulse control. You or Jess?
No, when it comes to that.
Jess, no. It was not for you. It was for him.
And look at Jazz trying to answer for him. Notice how fast Jazz was trying to answer for him. And I'm glad Fatty cut her off. Because if she could, she wouldn't answer it for him.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm definitely more emotionally controlled. Oh, that's one.
Which is what I just explained. This is what I just explained. So, but emotional control and emotional intelligence are two different things.
I know.
No. We ain't doing that. Emotional regulation and emotional control are correlations of one another, which means, therefore, they are almost one and the same. For you to try to say that they're different, Jazz, you're wrong. They are not two different things. They are almost one and the same. Let's continue. Hold on. Let's continue.
I'm the type of person. I'm the type of person that might react right away. I'm gonna call it how I see it. I'm gonna tell you how it is right in the moment. Whatever. Not necessarily in a violent way or anything like that, but I'm gonna take it for what it is. I might cry. You know what I'm saying? He is a more of a pragmatic, like strategic person.
But he has more emotional intelligence.
Well, when it comes to everything, it's when it comes to like the emotional intelligence of picking up on social cues and considering the emotional intelligence in certain different arenas, I may be stronger in that. But when it comes to like everyday things, or like when something crazy happens, he may not respond the same way I would in the moment.
Yes, that's fair.
Which is what I explained.
This summer, bring the snack joy with Lesser Evil.
It's fair.
Which is what I explained, and even Fatty admitted that was a fair point. But here we go.
So this is what I'm saying. Women pick up more information when it comes to social cues. Men process them better. So a man might not get the whole gamut of colors. Y'all get the rainbow. When the men get the colors, they process it in a way that is way more efficient than woman. So he would be more emotionally intelligent than you because he can process those things better. You are going to lose control. Certain emotions are going to flare up. He doesn't have the benefit of it because he's a big dude, and if he actually lets his emotions getting out of control, now you are in danger. So I don't understand, like, even when we're talking about kind of de-escalating situations and all that, I guarantee you that he apologized more to you than you apologize to him.
Is that true? Now, this is where I was getting a little confused because he said it's a fair point and then went straight to, all of what he just said. And then it was, I bet you apologize more than he apologized to you. I guess based on what it is. Okay, so I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. I'm talking about emotionally responding just in general with things, right? Not necessarily to my man. So I think this is where I was getting a little confused because I'm just speaking on how I can be sometimes, right? Not necessarily this is the energy I'm always giving my man. That's the energy he's always giving to me. But I think that's what Fatty was thinking. And so now he's saying, like, based on the fact that I may respond to certain things a certain way, with a little more energy, and he's a little more laid back. He assumes that because of that, I might be starting stuff, keeping up stuff, you know what I mean? And because I may be responding with a little more energy, I might say something that I may have to apologize more for. Maybe that's what he meant. Do I apologize?
I don't really keep count.
Right, we don't keep score like
you
that.
don't keep count, sir.
We don't
Come
know because
on,
it's
sir.
not a competition.
No.
Thank you for being here. This is a healthy relationship. I know y'all are very unfamiliar, but it's a healthy relationship. So we communicate through our things. We don't go back and forth about who did more for the other, when, where, and why.
I got you, Ann. Hey, Jess, you know what's funny? I always recommend. I always recommend.
So this part was confusing to me because he was trying to draw the point of like who apologizes more. No one is keeping score, right? We're not giving up tallies, and then we're also not constantly disappointing ourselves or each other. Where we constantly have to apologize for shit. You know what I mean? When you care about somebody, you're gonna limit the amount of times that you disappoint. Humans are going to human, but having good intentions for the people that you care about will reduce your apology rate. So we can't say, oh, this year I apologize this many times. You know what I mean? And I don't know why that matters so much.
Men to people, don't bring your wife to the internet with you because you're going to look like an hostage. Because the woman does the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and the man always recommend.
I apologize all the time.
I don't see where Fatty's lying, because he said the man sounds like a puppy when he's talking. That's not me being talking down on the dude. That's just me saying for what it is. He sounds like a puppy dog.
So let's start it back. Now, this is where it gets heated between he and my man. We just had a conversation. He shifts to a different narrative. Now it's about bringing your spouses on the internet and what it makes them look like. Now just listen.
Really keep count.
Right, we don't keep score like
you
that.
don't keep count, sir.
We don't
Come
know
on,
because it's
sir.
not a competition.
No.
This is a healthy relationship. I know y'all are very unfamiliar, but it's a healthy relationship. So we communicate through our things. We don't go back and forth about who did more for the other, when, where, and why.
I got you, man. Hey, Jess, you know what's funny? I always recommend I always recommend to people, don't bring your wife to the internet with you, because you're going to look like an hostage. Because the woman does the da 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 da, and the man is on the side, kind of like, yes, baby, of course, baby. It is what it is.
Which is what he's doing.
So you just come.
Which is what he's doing. Which is what Jazz's man is doing. He sounds like a damn puppy.
My man a bitch. I mean, what?
Well, tell you the truth, Jazz, he really didn't have to call you man a bitch, cause he sounds like a lost puppy. He sounds like a lost puppy, rather than a grown man. If he's a grown man, he needs to stand on business and put some of this in his voice. Okay?
I mean, y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Is that not a little nice way of calling my man a bitch, calling my man a coochie? And you know what? Because we talked about this. I don't even want to use the reference of coochies and vaginas and PUSYs. You want to know why? Because those are strong. Babies can come out of those. Okay? Now, we need to find another term to define what that is, because you basically just tried to come in his manhood. Basically tried to say, oh, this is why I don't like when
they weren't trying to attack his manhood. Fatty was basically trying to get trying to get him poke his chest out a little bit. That's what Fatty was trying to do. But you being a woman wouldn't understand that.
people bring their spouses up because the woman gonna be doing all the talking and the man just gonna be sitting there. You're calling my man a bitch.
My God, baby, why are you in the bathtub so long? I'm on Beagle Live right now. Have you heard that?
Come on.
Bitch. And he clocked it. He clocked it. That was unnecessary. That was uncalled for, because this man, who's not an internet dude, right? Not an internet dude at all whatsoever, wanted to join in, thinking he supported me. You know what I mean? So I'm asking him to join. He's bringing it, and this isn't the first time he's spoken in on different panels. He made a vocal appearance once, or maybe even twice, on Lucky's channel, and that was because he was a little there was a topic that he was well versed in. He was giving us information on it, giving me information on whatever the case may be, and it was a good discourse or whatever. And even on that one, he tried to come at me, and because Fantastic was there, and that was a whole nother story. But anyway, y'all can check that video if it's still up on Lucky's page. But so in this moment, he was being honest. There's no reason for this man to showboat or front, and there's no reason to try to say that he's not being honest, because I'm sitting there. You're trying to little bow wow this man. You're trying to make it seem like he's pussy and not being able to speak freely because I'm sitting here. That's disrespectful.
But here's the question: Can your man speak the truth with you in a room? That is the question.
That's total disrespect. Because let's just keep going. Now, you heard what he said. Right? Is that true?
I got you, man. Hey, Jess, you know what's funny? I always recommend to people, don't bring your wife to the internet with you, because you're going to look like a hostage. Because the woman does the da 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 da, and the man is on the side, kind of like, yes, baby, of course, baby. It is what it is. I have respect for you, Jess, and for your partner.
No, don't try to make it.
Hold on.
Yeah. See? You just you just shook the beast. You know what I'm saying? When you try, I guess it could get sticky. You know what I mean? It can get a little sticky when an internet guy and personality meets just a real ass man, a real nigga. You know what I mean? A real nigga from the shop. But let's keep going.
Well, no, let 1 second.
Because we're trying to say he's only saying certain.
No, that's Jazz. Please, Jazz. Listen,
bro.
listen.
At the end of the day, I'm a shot.
Why you beating on your chest?
I'm never gonna be a motherfucker that hold my tongue for anybody. So let's straight that shit up right now.
But why?
He checked the disrespect out the gate. Now, Fatty want to say, I mean, was he being animated while he was talking? Sure. But of course, they're going to run with that, right? They're going to run with that. But to make it seem like this response wasn't warranted, because I don't know if it would have been such a calm response had you said that shit to him in person. You know what I mean?
Person, when I'm around her, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Why you beating on your chest?
I didn't know we know the chest.
I want to say something.
He's clapping.
But at the same time, my thing is this, bro. I'm gonna have a certain level of decorum. I'm gonna have a level of set. I respect my girl, so.
Do you respect her, or are you simping for her? That is the question.
When she brings me with something, her opinion holds weight with me, right? And because I love and I care for her and I want the best for her, I'm just not gonna jump down her throat when I disagree.
Brother, you cook. Soon as you said that Mr. Let Go talking point, I realized what type of dude you was. You're cook. You're cook. You're done. It's over.
Agree with something, I'm always going to ask her perspective, then I'm going to elaborate a little more. And if I don't agree with it, I'm going to talk about it in sight. So we going to talk about it. But never be the motherfucker going to cower under anybody. I ain't never built like that, bro.
No, but sir, I agree.
Hold on, let me catch up. Hold on. Who we got up in here? Now, yeah, and told me, what's up, Fatty? Thank you for being here. He said, now I called him a bitch. I was talking to him, and you kept talking for him, and now I'm calling him a bitch. I was never talking for that man. When was I ever talking for him? I never spoke for him. He spoke for himself.
Lies. You did try to talk for that man. Lies.
So, I explained my point of view. He explained his. When you said I'm asking him, I conceded to that. But in so many words, you called that man's manhood out. You tried to make it seem like and insinuate that he wasn't being honest about what he was saying because I was sitting right there. That was just it. Exactly. Thank you, OJ. I think that says OJ. Yeah, OJ Tucker. Exactly. And that's my bad. Keep your relationship private. Don't let them bait y'all. Hey, I didn't know that was going to happen. We're going to continue to play it. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Jazz, we all know you run your relationship. I tried to make it seem like a man wears the pants, but he doesn't. He was acting.
Hell yeah, he was acting.
I don't know why y'all thought that was an act.
He was acting.
I don't know why y'all thought that was an act. Maybe to you. That's fine. No.
If you're living with severe alopecia areata, it's time to grow out loud. With Lip Fulo from Pfizer for people ages 12 and up.
That's fine. No, not to me. Let's see, this woman is sitting up here on live stream masculine, trying to be masculine. I see the pearl necklace, where the masculine men at. Thanks for being here, I don't know what you mean. Let me see. You did, and you're gonna do it again in 30 seconds, but calling him a bitch, you're just gonna prove my point. No, in so many words, that's what you were trying to do.
It was no need for Fatty to calm that when the guy made himself look like one. It was no point.
It's like a hostage. Because a woman is sitting here and she's like talking and you're sitting on the sideline like, yes, baby, that wasn't happening. There was no reason for you to do that. There was no reason for him to say that. I asked him how many times did you disrespect him. He lies. Oh my goodness. I asked how many times did you disrespect him. He lies and said never. He had to correct him and said once at your birthday, but I'm calling him a B. That's crazy. Next time I won't de-escalate. First of all, what I was saying, he never said we're not always disrespecting each other. There was a moment where I got out of pocket. And admittedly so. And he did not stand for that shit. Okay? You know what I mean? But we were able to talk about it. And he set boundaries with me after that. And I have to check myself because I got checked. But on a regular basis, that's why it's like, no, she doesn't disrespect me because he wasn't even thinking about that time. He said to himself, oh, he was drunk as fuck. We got past that. There's no constant disrespect happening in our relationship for he to be like, yeah, she do be disrespectful all the time. But if there's ever a moment where I feel disrespected or he feels disrespectful or I did something wrong, I'm the first to acknowledge it. I'm the first to assess it and change my behavior so it doesn't happen again. So we're not, and there were other factors that played into that. On a daily basis, those factors are in motion. But there's no disrespect that's happening on a daily basis, on a consistent basis enough, where you got to sit here and talk about it all the time. Where you have to sit here and apologize for some things all the time. We literally talked through that one time. You know what I mean? You know? So you got to understand the nuance in that. Don't try to make it seem like what you did wasn't disrespectful, because it was. And that's why you apologized, remember? Remember, Fatty, that you apologized? Maybe it wasn't a real apology. Maybe you was just saying it to de-escalate, but you did it. And we appreciate it because it was wrong. There was no reason to say that to him.
I agree and I apologize for actually saying something like that. No, it's fine. I take that back, sir.
I'll run up on a nigga 10 toes down and I ain't never talking about it. On my own business.
Oh my God.
This is what Jazz's man was doing. I am King Kong. King Kong ain't got shit on me. Sorry about that, y'all, but that's basically what Jazz's man was doing, was being his chest like he King Kong.
No, it's sir. Just be nothing but nice to us.
And I was.
And this, to me personally, is comical as hell. Ooh, damn, too close. This, to me, I think is comical as hell. The way this dude's acting.
Really surprised at this because, like I said, when you are dealing with people who aren't usually in heated situations or dispositions or on the defense like that, yeah, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what time it is. This is what time it is now. Some people, that's just how they respond when it comes to disrespect, regardless. And because he don't have to like put on for anything, that's it. You know what I mean? What you said, Patty, that's not what he said. He was protecting your reputation and you correct him saying he wasn't telling the truth because you did it before once. The fuck did I do for you to say I was calling him a bitch? Oh my God. Dude, what I'm saying is, if we're really thinking about it, because I even had to think about it, if there was ever a time that a disrespect happened in our relationship, that was the one time that I could think of. That was it. It wasn't that he wasn't even thinking about that either. That wasn't even on his mind. I had to dig into okay, if we're going to talk about a time where I had to apologize because I was disrespectful, this was the one time that it happened. But before that even was said, you tried to say that he wasn't being honest about his point of view. You tried to say that he was lying. In case of me, what you're talking about came after that.
I'm going to apologize and I'm going to take what I said back. But remember how this started, right? 1 second, please.
I'm just saying, you can't just
sit here and I got it. Right. Jazz, 1 second, right? Jazz, I'm not a caller. Ali's my brother. He calls me all the time. If somebody asks, who calls you more?
Are you okay? Like, are you okay, Rick Games? Why you want me to talk? Why you want my man to talk to your daddy so bad?
Enjoy 20% off store-wide for Mother's Day.
Sway, we got a letter from Mama.
Girls, Nick, your daddy, dead.
This seem a little crazy.
Not as crazy as setting your wife on fire in front of your kids.
Y'all getting shit confused. He don't have to fight my battles. But if he addresses my man, my man will gladly address him. But that never came up when that opportunity never presented itself. So why are you asking about him? That was me on those panels, not my man. Not my man. My man come on. My man come around when I'm doing panels. You know what I mean?
He calls me
I'm doing Anton's panels.
Because motherfucker has to drive, and I don't. So he gets in the car and he calls me. I'm not keeping score. I'm just saying, we are brothers. He calls me more than me. When I ask y'all, who apologize to who more, and we get the PC, we don't keep score, right?
We don't.
It kind of, yes. Y'all definitely
apologize. If he needs to apologize, he does. If I need to apologize, I do.
But
we're not constantly disappointing each other.
But that was not the question. No, Jess, the question was, when y'all fight, disagree, whatever, who goes after who is baby? I love you. Let's talk about it.
Bro, we're explaining the drop in this conversation right now. All the things that I'm expounding on were already said publicly on this live. We're breaking down the breakdown in the conversation, where the disrespect happened and why that was the response, and also why the response is so heavy against a man that is not only sticking up for himself, but also speaking highly of his woman. But this is a pattern that we see, though, in the manosphere, right?
Because your man is pussy whipped, and that's why.
Anytime a man uplifts a woman, defends a woman, protects a woman in this space, he's called a lame. He's called a simp. He's called being controlled. What they would have gave him praise for is if he would have came on here dogging me. If he would have came on here, she always giving me a headache. They would have, even if he came up here just playing about it. Like, I'm gonna go up here and joke and say, you always stressing me out. If he came up here like, she always stressing me out, she always doing this, she always doing that, they would have ran with that. It would have been a lie. It would have been a joke. And even if he would have said, oh, it's a joke, I'm just kidding around, they still would have believed the negative side. They still would have believed the negative side. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't, it really doesn't matter. But I hear what you're saying, though. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate you being here. I hear what you're saying. It is what it is. Betty, you wasn't right for saying that. You tried to call his manhood card in that moment. Tried to make it seem like he can't speak freely or honestly because I'm sitting there. You basically call him what I said that you insinuated. I didn't say you said the word, but that was the insinuation based on that type of language.
Like, who goes after Umar?
I don't even know how to answer that. We don't go after each other.
Oh man, Jess. All my girlfriends, I had to go after them when we got into this is the experience of most men. We get mad, the woman says, nothing. And we have to say, oh, come on, baby, I love you, let's talk and all that.
Yeah, immature. That sounds like an immature relationship.
So y'all don't do that?
No. If I am wrong, trust me, I have been wrong. I have started arguments. I have held myself accountable and several.
What does that more?
And came to him. There's no more. We don't.
There's no more. There's not one person.
No, we don't do that.
So there's no more one person.
The arguments I was talking about was during my birthday weekend. That literally was what I was thinking about. Like, yeah, I definitely had to come face the music. Yes. I definitely have messed up as a human being. That definitely has happened before.
Starts more fights and stop more fights.
No, we don't do that.
Hey, Fat, you gotta realize, and the thing is, this bullshit I be talking about this generalization shit, because y'all don't leave any time for nuance and perspective. I'm not talking about generalization, I'm talking about y'all. No. Did you notice? I wasn't talking about everybody. I was talking about both of y'all. Let me give you an example.
No, you just referenced one of your relationships and how you move in relationships with women, and then say, y'all don't do that? And we're like, no, we don't do that. We don't sit there and play emotional mind games with each other. No. I don't act like ain't nothing wrong when something is wrong. You can't read my mind, I'ma tell you. And vice versa. You literally just tried to project your experiences in relationships onto us. And when we said no, you said we lying.
On my dad and mom relationship, my mom goes to my dad more. My dad is destroyed. Like, y'all didn't want to answer something personal, and now you're saying I'm doing generalizations. I'm not. I'm asking y'all.
Creating custom clothing with tap stitch is simple. Start by choosing a garment, then click Design Now.
You are, though. You are. You're thinking because that's what you went through in your relationship that's a general thing, no?
Said, no, the reason I snapped on you the way you did because you was like, don't invite your people because you're going to be on the internet hostage. Like, that's not what I said. No, sir, you didn't get exactly what you said.
This dude here is just as chaotic as Jazz is.
That's what you said.
Let me explain.
Yeah, because I think that's
Let me explain.
It look like he's a hostage of me.
No, but there's the thing. I was not talking about him in particular. Every man, including Fatty, when we come to our woman to the internet and she has the opportunity to talk, usually the man sits there on a defensive position and the woman keeps talking and doing the parameters and guiding the
He's saying, but the thing is, that's not what's happening, though. That wasn't what was happening. So there was no reason at all to even bring that shit up. There was no reason at all for you to even say what you said, because he was being honest about his point of view. Yeah, different things came up because you're pressing us, and it's like, okay, if we're thinking about a time where I had to say sorry, here's what it is. Here's what it is. He's had to apologize for things as well, unintended for different reasons. I don't get it.
Conversation. This is not.
That's not what's happening here, though. So why even bring that up?
Because
we're not doing that in this moment. So why even say that?
Because when I ask you something that is very quantifiable, who apologized more, who goes to who more, he said, well, you said, or he said, we're not keeping count. It's more like that.
We're being honest. We're not always fighting or I'm always starting stuff and I gotta come and apologize. It's like.
And if y'all not always fighting, it should be very easy to say it was 3 times and the 2 of them I came to you. Because it's.
And you see how he's push. And this is where you bring up, it's like, well, shit, let me dig deep. That's how rare, it is. You got to think about it. Like, damn, when was the last time? We actually got to the point where we chase each other and apologize. That's how often it doesn't happen. But for some reason, it was hard to grasp.
Very low. When something is rare, I know for a fact, this happened in 2019, 2021, and 2004. The 5 times we fought, 4 times she came to me and we started the conversation. Can you do that? Can y'all do that?
These dynamics. Like, it's like if I do something wrong, I'm going to admit that I'm wrong and apologize.
How many times does that happen?
What does that matter? What does that matter? As long as we're holding ourselves accountable and apologizing, why is it like, okay, this year I apologized this many times, and this year he apologized this many times? Like, no, seriously, I just need to know why does the count matters? Why is that more important than actually apologizing, holding yourself accountable, and changing the behavior so it doesn't happen again? I don't get it. I don't get it. What's the confusion? Like, oh yeah, like who's really counting like that? Who's keeping a tally of who of how many fights they had and who apologized first. Who's doing that? I've never had to do that in a relationship. Unless we're doing it all the time. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is the number of times of who apologized more important than apologizing and change the behavior? I would argue that the latter is more important.
It helps to understand the relationship dynamic.
Who cares? You said what?
Because it helps understand the relationship dynamic. If y'all knew that Ali and his girl fought 10 times, and of the 10 times she came to him to talk, y'all will say something is wrong here. Like, why is she always going to him? Y'all will judge him. Y'all will say, you see, but it's because Ali is this and all that. All of a sudden, y'all don't know how to count.
But once again, Fatty, you generalizing. So my thing is to answer your question in regards to talking about when we go back and forth. Like, there's situations in my life when I'm heated, because I'm a type of person where it's gonna build up on me, then I'll explode on your right, and unless it's more like when I really gotta jump ship on you. Well, when I had situations with Jasmine, there's sometimes where there's stuff that I don't want to hear from her. And maybe it's my emotional state right now in that moment where I'll walk away from it. Then I'll come back because it gave me a time to simmer down and compartmentalize, right? And then we'll go back and we'll have a conversation. I know Jasmine's emotional highs, and she'll get really high on something, and I'll say something, and then she'll be like, what you talking about? She'll do that. But then she'll come back.
So I asked him about this today, because I was like, what are you talking about? When do these moments happen?
Sacred releases immediately and blocks acid that causes heartburn for 24 hours. Feel the difference. Smell the victory. Stinks. Adding Lysol laundry sanitizer.
So I asked him about this today, because I was like, what are you talking about? When do these moments happen? But it's like there's moments where he's like, if you're gonna, if you do something this way, there's if you do something this way, this is what you're gonna have to do, right? You're gonna have to maneuver like this now because you're in this kind of space. You're gonna have to be on guard. You're gonna be like this, and I get frustrated because it's like, damn, why can't I just be? It's not that I'm mad at him. It's just like I don't want to hear in that moment that, oh my God, I got to change so much of myself just to be a part of this thing that I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I in the moment, it's just like, oh, I didn't want to have to hear this. I didn't want to have to hear, like, yeah, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to play chess, not checkers. You can't just be open and honest and free. You got to move like how they move. And I just like, and then you go away, and then you be like, okay, babe, yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I saw what you were saying before, but the fact that I gotta take different steps outside of just being myself, it's frustrating. So that's what he said he was referring to in that moment. Patty's back, okay. See, y'all don't even agree with each other. A relationship doesn't mean you always agree with each other. A relationship doesn't mean you always agree with somebody. There are disagreements. They were. They didn't say much, which is surprising, but it's okay. He said you have more emotional intelligence, but everything y'all said show he actually has it more. He said you never disrespected him. I said I have more emotional intelligence in certain situations. If that's what you're saying, then what we're saying is correct. I said he has more in certain situations. I have more in certain situations. It depends on the situation. So if this is what you're interpreting, that he had more, he was probably thinking, and he made it, and he said it like he's very analytical. So she picks up on better social cues in certain situations better than I can. He didn't say overall. So I don't know. No, you're not wrong for asking questions. You just didn't accept the answers, Fatty. Well, you just didn't accept what we have to say. But let's keep going so we can move on.
It was like, hey, you ready to talk? Like she has to do the same thing. But the thing is, we're not counting those things. We're just knowing who we are as people. So I don't count in regards like who says.
And I also asked him, I also asked him, I said, when I respond like, like maybe in a frustrating way, how does that make you feel? Like, do you feel emasculated? Do you feel demeaning? Even if I'm not being loud or boisterous or disrespectful, just me like, I need a second. Like, does that make you feel away? And he told me no. He told me no because it's a human response. Sometimes that's just how humans respond to things. But at least you have evaluated and you come back and we talk about it. But do I feel disrespected? And I think that is something that you should do. You should ask your partner or your spouse, when you react a certain way, how does that make them feel? Even if it's not about them. Even if you know it's not about them, how does it make them feel when they're just there to help? You should consider that.
Sorry,
those feelings from them.
Who says things first? At the end of the day, I love her. I care for her. I want the best for her. So I'm always gonna keep it a buck with her.
Right.
So the thing is, no matter if she hears that shit or not, I'm gonna say it regardless. I'm not holding
And
my
he's
tongue
still
no
coming through with his Derek Jackson talking
so
point.
I'm not doing that.
I don't.
This dude is still spelling off these Derek Jackson talking points. I see why this dude with Jazz, because Jazz needs somebody to feed her delusion. That's what it is.
This is not that. But the thing is, when you introduce things like you can't, you think that we're not being completely honest. So that's why you have to bring up the.
I apologize.
And me personally, I do not believe he's telling the whole truth.
I took it back. Now, if Jess, I am assuming I took it back. Jess, he said, I don't hold my tongue towards her or nobody. Do you hold your tongue towards him?
No. But we're also not disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have to hold our tongue.
Accountability isn't laced in disrespect. You can check them on hold accountability.
Right.
And love.
So Jess never was disrespectful to you or you to her?
No.
Never?
No.
How many years?
Brother, we know good and well, based off of the demeanor of Jazz, you're lying through your damn teeth. Stop lying.
I've known her since grade school.
Wait a minute. Now, wait.
20 years.
Get him, fatty.
You see how all this came after the fact? We had all the conversation, because Fatty is in here saying, you first said this, you first said that. This was way after that. Way after you denied we was on about everything. Way after the situation itself, right? So he's like, no, because he's not even considering that one time. You see what I'm saying?
You was drunk.
I was drunk on my birthday and I was tweaking. And that was my bad.
Well, see, that time is relevant. To you and him, it may not be relevant, but to a guy like Fatty, that's relevant.
And he checked my.
So 20.
Like he was supposed to. You get out of pocket, you're supposed to get checked. Period.
And he did, y'all. I thought I was gonna get dumped. I thought Hunty was getting dumped.
And to be honest, he probably should have dumped you.
Listen, baby, that was crazy. That was crazy, me. You know, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. What I'm saying, Fatty. Before he even said what he just said, you already tried to pull his card and try to say he's not being honest about apologizing, me apologizing, etc., etc. You're thinking that there's so much going on for him to say immediately, oh yeah, she always get disrespectful. He wasn't even thinking about this one time that I had to bring up. I don't understand why you're trying to fight. You pulled his card for no reason. You couldn't accept the fact that we don't keep tallies and scores on who apologizes the most. You kept pushing and pushing, and I'm like, okay, that one time, I got a little off or whatever. And even once I said that, he said, oh, you was drunk. That's why he not even thinking about it because he's not even considering that. He's not even considering that. And not saying that me being inebriated on my birthday is an excuse to be an asshole, but I was. I could be honest about it. It ain't never happened again, but that was that one time. You can't hold him. You can't hold it against him that he wasn't even thinking about that one time of the disrespect that I gave to him, Fatty. And that's what you're saying. Like, it's my fault. It's my fault. No, it is still your fault because you didn't have to say that shit to him. You didn't. You should have just appreciated what he brought to the table and moved on. But you tried to you said it's like you're a hostage. That was unnecessary when he was literally being honest.
Years.
But that was it. You said what?
One time in 20 years.
Yeah, because we were friends before anything. So
after y'all got together, how many years?
Well, we coming up on 2 years officially.
Hey, yeah. I want to be invited to the wedding. Yes, that's what I want.
If they ever get that far.
Thank you very much.
Well, you gotta be nice.
And sir, thank you very much for coming to the microphone. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Anyways, that was the interaction. Oh Lord, I've been here almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. Damn, I didn't expect to be here that long. Like, share, subscribe. Catch me back on the replay. Peace.